Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 47 of the TNT Boys. Sam, how are we doing today?
Great, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing just plenty fine.
That's good, sir.
Tonight, tonight, whatever you want to call it, it is Saturday, March the 8th.
Yep.
Um,
Past my bedtime, o'clock.
speaking of bedtime, the other night and Thursday, I went to bed at 7:40 p.m.
There you go.
I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know if I was
There you
like,
go.
I don't know if I was like super tired or what, or like something was like wrong. I'm like, all right.
It just be like that sometimes.
It do. And that's all right.
You know, sometimes you need to go to bed early before 8 o'clock to get a full 8 to 10 hours. You hear?
You heard from
You heard?
from the man himself.
Sometimes you just got to do that.
Yeah. I don't think our mic's too loud because I think we were too loud last time at the beginning. I was like, oh man,
What?
Jesus. No, I was listening to the episode when I was
I apologize, TNT faithful, for the last episode. I looked like I was half asleep. I was like talking like this, man.
I
was
mean,
like
we had a
this.
long day, like we said. We
I
went
was
to
like
Omaha.
this. Like I was like ready to pass out. And
Hey,
you had the AC on full blast, taking my goddamn ear off. And I'm just
he
like,
blames the AC. And I think that's wild.
it makes me sleepy. All right.
That's a you problem, not me.
That's a you problem, having it blast right on my goddamn face.
I'm sorry, I like it cold.
Well, get that. Not when we're doing recording.
It's on right now.
Yeah, I know. About to put me in a trance here pretty soon. Whoa.
Sam, what are you drinking tonight?
I got the Zip Line, dear old Nebraska brew. TNT faithful.
We're just, like how we said, we're doing about every episode, we're drinking new beer, but we're just, this weekend, we're actually going to do the same beer we had last week, so, because we didn't record more.
Well, I didn't have one of these last week. I was drinking that Heineken you told me about.
You had one.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. I have the can in the trash.
That's right. Okay, yeah, okay.
I have the
It
Real
has-
American Hulk Hogan beer.
You
Again,
better- There you go. Now you can see the logo. There. I can see it.
Again, I will say, I don't support the man. I share a birthday with him. That's unfortunate in my life, so.
I just thought I'd like to try this because it's Nebraska, man. It's the best,
Still liking
the-
these. The
the new-
Pacificos, loving them.
the new best beer to drink while watching Huskers.
Shout out to
Go
that.
Big Red.
Hey, an unofficial sponsor. I'm just telling you, if you want some good selection of alcohol and you're in the Omaha area, go down to Beer, Wine, and Spirits. It's an old Toys R Us.
Yep, there's one in Lincoln too. Not too far from my sister's house. Also an old Toys R Us.
Shout out to his sister. I don't know her name, but shout out to you.
Her name's Brittany, okay?
It's Brittany, bitch.
No. We're
No.
not going there. Not today, pal. I don't want to hear it today. But I tell you, they got one in Lincoln. They got one in Omaha.
I think
They
Grand
got one in
Island.
Grand Island
Yeah.
too. The ones I know for sure in Lincoln and Omaha are old Toys R Us. I don't know about the one in Grand Island, but it probably is. They might as well just named it Booze R Us, but they didn't. So that's a missed opportunity.
Unless it's already a thing.
It's a missed opportunity and bad marketing. Sorry.
Anyway, let's go ahead. Sam, how was your week? Was it good, bad, long?
Week was good. Actually, I'm pretty hyped. Next weekend, I'm going to a strength coach's clinic. I need to recertify my personal training in April, and this is going to count towards some continuing education, and I'm going to get the chance to listen to Corey Campbell talk. He is the strength coach for the Nebraska football team, so that is pretty cool. Looking forward to it.
Go Skurs. Skurs by 90.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My week, pretty good, pretty all right. Monday and Tuesday was kind of crabby, but
Crabby Kale.
that was
You don't
great.
want to deal with Kale when he's crabby. He's kind of scary.
What the fuck does that mean?
When Kale's crabby, you just kind of want to hang back a little bit because more than likely, usually most of the time, he's just hangry. But if he's not hangry, then he's legitimately pissed off. And he's not the jokey, laughy Kale that we all know and love and we like to be around.
Thanks, man. No, warm weather. Weather was kind of rocky this week again.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't super cold per se, but we had a little precipitation. Friday was crazy, man. Like that snow
Friday was just a mess.
Friday was just like that really damp, wet snow. And it didn't stick around because it was too warm. But at the same time, like there was actual like moisture in the air. Like it wasn't dry outside and so yeah, it was just that really damp, thick, wet snow, and it was just like coming down, man, and it felt like a sock landed on, like a wet sock landed right on my head when I have felt that snowflake fall right down on my head when I went outside that morning.
You know,
So but yeah, the air has been really dry though, other than that.
it was pretty wet at
I
work.
had to go on and get me one of them there humidifiers for my bedroom. Woke up with a nosebleed the other night, and I had to scurry on over to Menards and get me a good old humidifier for my bedroom. You used to work there
at one point.
for a little while.
Don't regret it.
Yeah.
Don't miss it. But actually, I gotta go to Menards tomorrow.
Kale always has to go to Menards or something.
I might need your help. I don't know. Okay. I might buy a new smoker, a new Pit Boss. It's an 8-1 kind of thing. So they can grill, bake, whatever, broil, smoke food. I've heard always great things about Pit Boss.
Yeah.
So I might need your help picking it up, putting it in my truck.
All right.
So I don't know. I'm a little iffy on it. I'm kind of being a tight ass.
Just let me know what time, right?
Right. But I'm kind of being
He's being a tightwad, guys.
I got
Can
the
you
money. I
believe
got
it?
the money, but like it's just
The money's there. He doesn't want to spend it. He's going to be a tight ass.
exactly. It's the Pit Boss Pro 850 wood pellet grill. So
sounds like a fine smoker.
well, what's funny about it when I thought about it, I'm like, oh yeah, imagine me using one of these, and then I thought I need the New Balance shoes, the cargo, the jean shorts,
Yep.
the high socks. Oh man, I just thought of it all.
The t-shirt tucked in to your jorts. You have to have it tucked in. They call that the chub and tuck.
I've never heard that in my life until now. The chub and tuck.
Because usually these dads are kind of muffin topping a little bit.
But no, I just thought like, man, just seeing some videos and recipes, like, oh man, it's kind of going on the good side here. You know, Sam knows I can cook and grill if I wanted to.
Oh yeah.
He's
cooked me a steak a time or two. Not bad.
Burgers, good.
Burger. You know, if I had one thing to say, I'd say that was a tasty burger.
Chicken.
Chicken. I'll just go ahead and put a big,
hit or miss.
Big X.
It's
right
a
there.
hit or miss for me. For some odd reason, I cannot cook chicken for the life of me.
You know, if you go on and let Kale cook you there some chicken, if you like your chicken medium rare.
Oh, remember when I smoked some ribs?
Yeah,
dude,
that was good.
Yeah,
but you know, if you like your chicken medium rare, go on and see Kale over at the grill. He'll cook you some medium rare.
I've gotten better. But no, I can't. I don't know. It's either it's too hot, or just I don't know.
I mean, I don't have a grill. Obviously, I live in an apartment, but I cooked some tasty ass burgers last night.
I'm proud of you. You're taking one step closer. Now imagine if you had a house, you could do whatever the hell you want.
Oh, I know. I'll be that grill master one day.
I would teach you my ways.
I will.
My
I'll
young
learn.
prodigy.
I learn by myself. I don't need no teacher. I teach myself. You learned yourself.
Yeah, certified YouTube guy here, so
It's not that hard.
no. Apparently chicken is for me.
Chicken's just chicken, you know?
And, you know, I'm not the only one, though. I've heard a
Not
lot
a
of...
huge chicken fan, but I do like chicken sometimes. And honestly, when I cook chicken, I just air fry it.
I've kind of learned how to use air fryer for some things. I made bacon on there the other day.
I love my air fryer.
Air fryer bacon, it feels...
It is great for meal prepping, the air fryer.
Yes. I need to get air fryer sheets that you put in there. That's what I want to do. But anyway, enough about cooking.
Hey, man, we're just talking.
I know.
All right?
I know.
We're just talking. You know what? You tune into TNT, boys. You're gonna get
a bit of everything.
You're gonna get a little bit of everything. You're gonna get a little bit on the side. You're gonna get a little bit to drink.
It's like side quests, you know. It's say, hey, we're the main characters, and then all of a sudden, boom, side quest on the mission.
Yeah.
You
and
know?
What are you gonna do about it? Nothing.
But hey, we're all here for one thing. So, I also want to say, thank you for everybody who has tuned in, because I didn't realize this until the other day. We actually just recently hit our 1 year at TNT Boys, and I texted Sam right away. And
1 year.
1 year. Again, thank you for whoever has tuned in from wherever you are, whatever you use to listen to.
Yeah, even if you're from Zimbabwe.
Hey, Jason Genova, thanks for tuning in. I know you did. I saw the episode. I saw the location of the city of the geographic and shit. So
did you really?
Yes, it said Florida as the state. So I'm like, all right.
That's Jason. That's JG.
Speaking of that video's been popping off a little bit, so that's good.
Who'd have thunk it, honestly?
But no, March I think is going to be a big month for us. 1 year with Agent Life, 1 year with TNT Boys, and our 50th episode here in a few weeks.
Yeah.
We still got to film that one. We're going to do that ahead of time because it's going to be hot and spicy.
We got something special planned for you guys, but you don't want to know. But also, who'd have thunk it, man? Oh.
You hit the camera.
Yep. It's fine. We're good.
A lot of learning. It's been a roller coaster. A lot of goods.
I mean, we're just a couple dudes being guys coming on here, just really just shooting the breeze. That's it.
You know, beginning of it, kind of.
It's fun.
I think eventually once we got our own little area, I think our energy kind of went from here to here.
You know, it kind of went from here at the start. We get a little bit better, went to here, and now it's to here.
And I just do want to say I do appreciate everything Zach has done for us. I also do appreciate Vance for things that they've done for both of us. You know, so we wouldn't be, I think, this far if it wasn't for them.
100%. I totally agree.
I think the entire brand itself has improved so much in the 1 year.
It's been on. Yeah. So give yourselves a pat on the back.
Good job.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're all here for the main reason is we also decided that we're just gonna accept that if we talk about sports in here, it's just gonna be pretty much football.
We're a football podcast, okay?
I mean, we'll talk.
Let's be honest. Football season's over, but really, football it's year round.
Yeah.
There's stuff going on with football year round.
I feel like maybe we should look into the XFL market a little bit.
XFL?
The UFL.
UFL.
It's the same thing, just different.
XFL and USFL merged, and now it's the UFL.
I know. I just think it's the same thing, essentially.
Basically.
You're
right. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say it's owned by the bald-headed fraud, The Rock.
The sellout.
You wouldn't get the reference because you don't watch wrestling, but
The bald-headed fraud.
Yeah, somebody called him the other day a bald-headed fraud
I don't
because
dude,
John Cena turned heel and all that.
I think it's. I mean, I think the dude's a sellout. Like legitimately in real life.
Hot take. Oh boy.
Like, yeah, he's got motivational stuff and whatnot, and he's obviously very successful. But yeah, I don't know how genuine the guy really is.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, got a lot of talk about NFL, college football, Huskers. Again, we are a Husker podcast as well. I would say we don't talk about them a lot. We probably should. To be honest, we probably should have our own little side Husker thing, but I don't want to keep adding more to my plate right now.
Don't say that.
What?
I don't know.
Why can't I get this to open? I want my Google Chrome. Anyway, where did my Google Chrome go?
If you guys could help out, please. We are in a dire need. Kale is really trying. He's been at it for days trying to find his Google Chrome, and we could just really use some of your thoughts and prayers right now as Kale goes about his search for his Google Chrome. I was just really we've just been having a heck of a time with this, and I think I think he found it. So thank you guys for everything you've done.
You're such a smartass.
We're good to go. He found his Google Chrome.
You're such a smartass. All right, what do you want to start with first? You want to start with college or you want to start with NFL talk?
You call the shots, homie. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and talk about Husker stuff, college football and whatnot. So I know I talked to you before this. Did you see what Matt Rule did to one of his players doing a TikTok workout? Or he did a tick. So they were doing a TikTok.
So one of Matt Rule's players did it?
Yes.
Oh, so the way you said, I thought you said Matt Rule did a TikTok workout.
No.
And I'm thinking like
that's what it's his title.
I mean, Matt Rule, like I think he's a great coach, great guy. Doesn't necessarily scream, "Do my workout," you know. But no, I actually haven't heard of that. But I don't have TikTok, so
okay. So Matt Rule reveals Nebraska players did TikTok workout as punishment for filming inside facility.
Can't be having that, man. That's a culture thing.
Matt Rule. So it starts off with, and this is on on3.com. Do you want me to share it on the screen for you to see?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Okay.
Don't leave me in the dark on this stuff, man.
Well,
I'm your co-host.
Well, I forget. Okay. Well, not forget that you're here. Like I forget to put it
on. Oh no. Dude, Rule is at it again. The Rule-Aid is live.
So anyway,
well.
It says
icy.
Matt Rule is bashedly
sugary,
bashedly old school, especially when it comes to modern day social media, which I agree with that. He recently downloaded a TikTok to discover what his 9-year-old was up to on the wild popular app. He already learned that the TikTok already, basically infiltrated the Nebraska football locker room, much to the, I'm not going to say that part, but so anyway, he said, I walked into the training room the other day and Harper Murray, who is our American volleyball player, great player, dating one of the football players hired Henrik Harburg. So anyway, she was sitting there with his 9-year-old. She said, Coach Rule, we're going to do a TikTok. Now, he says he's anti-TikTok. I won't let my kids have it. And rightfully so. A 9-year-old realistically shouldn't be on TikTok.
No.
And he said, my 9-year-old is like, what are you going to say to Harper? And I'm like, oh, have fun. Rule revealed during Thursday appearance on the Pat McAfee show, and I didn't watch it because sometimes I forget that it's on. And it's on when I'm at work, so I'm not going to sit there and watch and not work. So he says, so I've had to download TikTok and I found my daughter all over it. She finds people in the facility, and I thought I saw 35 of my football players doing TikToks, and one of them did in facility. One of them did in the facility, and which is a hard no. So anyway, with this new knowledge, Rule had the Nebraska strength staff send a definitive message about players spending too much time on social media by putting a new freshman through the off senior ringer. Shut up. So our strength coach did a TikTok workout this morning with the freshmen, and they were pushing plates with their bios and all their cool stuff. They loved the post on there. Rule said the Pat McAfee shoe.
Scroll down, man. I can't see what you're reading to me. I can't tell what you're saying.
Jesus Christ. Rule said as the Pat McAfee show broke out in laughter, but they're doing wall sits at the end, and every freshman had to get out and do a 10-second TikTok dance while the rest of the guys did the wall sit. Welcome to old school. How do you feel about that?
I think it's good, honestly. Like, these players shouldn't be doing like TikTok stuff like in the facility, and that's the perfect punishment. Turn it right around on them, and they shouldn't be. I mean, yeah, they should have their freedom, but they shouldn't be spending all their time on freaking TikTok. When you were 6-6 last year, 5-7 the year before that, like, you're trying to build a championship contending football team, and you're doing TikToks inside the facility. Like, to me, that's a little disrespectful. I thought it was funny when you were like, well, the Pat McAfee show's on when I'm at work, and I don't want to watch it because I'm at work. And I could just picture you at work watching Pat McAfee and everyone being up like, Kel, what are you doing? Like, get to work.
It's Pat McAfee time, baby.
You'd be like, no, I'm watching Pat McAfee for the podcast.
I would get so much trouble.
They're just like, it was just, I don't know. I thought about that. It was kind of funny.
I don't know.
How do you feel about it?
I'm more on the side of like, yeah, because I mean, I think he's kind of looking at it too, like Jamar Gibbs, right? Look at what he did. He did a TikTok thing. All their plays are on the back of the fucking whiteboard.
Right. Yeah.
That I understand, but yet again, these kids, they're kids.
Right, they're college kids, but you just got to be
mindful.
Like, you might be a college kid, but at the same time, like, dude, you're a college kid, but you need to hold yourself to a higher standard. You're not just any old college kid. You're a D1 football player playing for Nebraska, one of the most storied programs in the nation. Like, hold yourself to a higher standard and not do TikToks in the facility, regardless if the plays are behind you or not. Like, show a little class, show a little respect. Like, yeah, they're kids. Yeah, it's their generation. But hold yourself to a higher standard and show a little class. I don't know. Sometimes you got to have those old school mentality.
Anyway, moving on. More Husker news. So you know how we talked about they canceled the spring game?
Yeah.
So they replaced it with interesting thing. So they're going to call it the Husker Games.
Oh, gosh.
It's set for when we're in Minneapolis.
Oh, gosh.
It's kind of an interesting concept, but I don't know if I'm fully for it.
The Husker Games?
Yes.
That's like what the NFL did with the Pro Bowl, I bet.
So Nebraska fans will have the opportunity to get the preview of the 2025 Husker football, volleyball, and soccer teams as part of the Husker Games event. So this will include activities in Memorial Stadium, a soccer matchup with Wyoming, and then a spring volleyball match against Kansas. They also feature tours of the Tom Osborne Legacy Complex, equipment sale, and a food truck festival. Okay, so moving on to that. So the 7-on-7 skills competition is similar, you called it, to the NFL Pro Bowl games. fan engagement activities, and other events. In addition to previewing the 2025 teams, Nebraska greats of the past will also put their skills on displays in various competitions. Kind of cool, not gonna lie.
That's kind of cool. Like it's a neat concept. So what is the 7-on-7 match? Is it going to be like flag football?
Yes. So the gates at Memorial Stadium will open at 12:30. At 1 p.m., the expedition football flag football game between Midland University and a Nebraska intramural all-star team will showcase the rising of sports of women's flag football. Husker football activities will begin at 2. A ticket to the football portion of the football games will be $10 and $1 for youth 8th grade and younger. And then they'll have their soccer match at the soccer area next to it. And then the new volleyball coach will make her Husker debut against Kansas at 6:30. And then they'll have food trucks and shit and whatnot.
Sounds kind of fun. Sounds kind of neat. I don't think it's. I still don't think. I mean, obviously, it won't be as good as the actual spring game. You know, you're not gonna.
No.
But see, even that has been getting watered down over the years. The actual spring game, like
they got watered down. I think the year that Bo Pelini brought his fucking cat. Because I went to that. I like the whole cat thing, but they did it to where it wasn't a spring game. It was a competition thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was originally like a legit game.
Yeah.
They ran it like a legit game. Then they turned it into where it was just like more drills.
Yes.
And then they did it to where it was just like a very almost like cookie cutter scrimmage. Like just a glorified scrimmage. Which at the end of the day, the spring game is a glorified scrimmage, but it used to be like legit, man. Like a legit game. But then,
I will give them props. They're actually trying to keep something going.
Right. They're doing something when why are they doing away with it again? I can't remember.
I don't remember. It's probably a dumb reason.
Yeah. We're full of knowledge over here, guys.
I just can't remember.
Yeah, me neither.
But hey, I got a computer. I can look it up, though.
There you go. The internet is wonderful, guys. It's right here at our disposal.
Spring game. Dude, concerns about potential. Oh, Jesus. Nebraska coach Matt Rule made it national headlines by announcing the Cornhuskers are canceling their spring game due to concerns about potential tampering before the spring transfer portal window. Okay, that makes kind of sense. I can see that because they're saying it because these players can get their film out to these other coaches.
Sure.
And again, remember when we talked about it originally a month or two ago, and I said because of the transfer portal?
Yeah.
Now I can see why.
That does kind of make sense, yeah.
Because the transfer portal is so fucked right now. And I'm not saying I don't like it. I like it, but it needs regulation. It needs well, I mean there is regulation, but it needs better regulation. There needs better just all around it just needs to be better.
They just need to be a little I think it needs to be more just a little more like firm with some things.
Yes.
I think it needs to have a little more restriction. This seems like this very free, free running thing, and it's like it needs to have a little more restriction.
I agree. So that's about it for Husker stuff that I got for you on that one. Now we're gonna talk about NFL. A lot of big moves going on in the offseason already, and we're just getting started.
Yeah. Obviously the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes continues, whether that's a good or bad thing. Devontae Adams also getting cut by the Jets. The Bengals making some moves. They franchise tag T. Higgins, which makes me kind of sad because I was hoping my Packers would have had a chance to go after him. They, I think Trey Hendrickson requested a trade, and they did sign tight end Mike Gesicki to an extension. The Browns, Myles Garrett is asking for a trade, and I heard they might be one of the favorites to draft Shador Sanders if they trade up
The
to,
Browns.
to one of those spots. They might not need to trade up, if, but who knows?
Perfect spot for him where quarterbacks go to die.
I mean, the one quarterback that had some decent success there, they traded
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield. Um, what else,
Joey
man?
Bosa getting cut.
Joey Bosa got cut.
Um,
Jaguars cutting everyone, cutting all of Trevor
Evan
Lawrence's
Ingram.
everyone except Brian Thomas Jr. They cut Evan Ingram. They traded Christian Kirk to the division rival Texans.
Yep. And then
Texans are going to have an even more loaded offense now. Add Christian Kirk to that. Like here's what we're looking at with the Texans next year. You're going to have Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs out wide. You're going to have Tank Dell and Christian Kirk running the slot with C.J. Stroud at quarterback, and you got Joe Mixon in the backfield at running back. Like, granted, last year they were a little underwhelming. They still won their division and made the playoffs, and they're just getting better. Like, it's just crazy. The Chiefs, Xavier Worthy got in trouble. Apparently, those charges got dropped. You heard?
Yep.
Raiders trading for Geno Smith, signing Max Crosby to a long-term deal. So both of us are sad about that because we were both hoping our teams would potentially trade for Max Crosby, but he is back in Vegas.
biggest
Big contract
they got
signed.
Geno Smith.
They traded for Geno Smith. A lot of people were saying since Pete Carroll was their head coach, they were going to trade for Russell Wilson. They ended up going for the other Seahawks quarterback, Geno Smith, which kind of makes sense, kind of doesn't. I mean, obviously,
There was always heat between Russell and Carroll anyway.
towards the end.
Yeah.
Towards the end. But there's no denying that Russell is the greatest Seahawks quarterback of all time.
Yep.
But Geno was there at the end of Pete Carroll's tenure, and maybe they have a better relationship right now. Obviously, like with the Chargers, they cut Joey Bosa.
They also cut Gus Edwards.
They did, didn't they? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
After having a good year.
Giants, not much going on there. They need a quarterback.
Lions re-signed Derek Barnes
Eagles
and Davenport.
Eagles cut Darius Slay.
Yeah, which
was a little surprising.
Not really, because he's at the age he's trying to decide he may or may not retire. So
Commanders and 49ers, probably the biggest trade. Deebo Samuel going to the Commanders. Now there's been reports Deebo's a little out of shape right now. He looks like he's gained some weight. I think he's an elite athlete. If he is a little out of shape, he'll get back in shape just like that. Dude's a very versatile football player. He adds a lot of versatility and physicality to that offense. Plus, you got the best rookie quarterback from last season, Jaden Daniels. Terry McLaurin is their number one. So Deebo only adds a little spark to that offense as long as he can stay healthy. Commanders are going to be I think they're going to be one of the teams to beat in the NFC next year.
So, going back here, what'd you say about your Packers again?
All I said about my Packers was that me and you were both sad that we didn't trade for Max Crosby.
The Packers tendered Emmanuel Wilson and Telford and Whalen, punter Daniel Whalen.
They what?
They tendered
Emmanuel Wilson's a running back.
Yep.
Backup running back.
So
Whalen's a punter.
Exclusive rights free agents. So basically they're trying to figure out the best way to explain it. I don't remember what that means, so never mind. But
Well, I will say this: the Packers are in the running to maybe trade for DK.
I'm about to say that TK is on the board. Oh, and they also got rid of their other receiver.
Packers?
No,
Oh,
Seahawks.
Tyler Lockett.
Lockett, and then I think
They still have Jackson Smith and Jigba.
yeah.
But Packers are either going to trade for DK or probably sign Devontae Adams back. And obviously Devontae has had the more successful career. He's been in Green Bay. He knows the offense. But he's also older than DK. Maybe not quite as fast. Not quite the physical freak that DK is. He runs better routes, obviously.
Did you see Commanders got rid of the Jonathan Allen?
No, I did not.
Yeah. That was kind of a big one for them.
I saw a potential trade. I don't know if it was true or false, but the Packers were going to potentially offer Seattle a fairly decent draft pick and a wide receiver for DK. And the wide receiver was either going to be Wicks or Dobbs.
So for DK, the Seahawks are seeking for a first and third round pick for DK.
Yeah. I mean, I would totally give up a third and Wicks for DK. Even Dobbs. I mean, I like Dobbs. He's probably our best route runner of our current bunch. The way I kind of see it is Jaden Reed is our most versatile. Watson is our most potential and the fastest. Dobbs is our best route runner and probably has the best hands. Wicks is just trash. I'd like to see Wicks go out the door. Every time it's a big drop, Wicks. Now, granted, people have told me this. Devontae had struggled with the drops in his rookie year, his second year. He had a lot of drops. Cool. I mean, are we saying Wicks is going to turn out to be Devontae Adams? I don't think so. We need a number one receiver. If we want Jordan Love to improve upon and get better, if we want him to be the guy, we need to go get him a number one receiver. Plain and simple. Otherwise, I don't think he's going to develop this year like he needs to. That's what the Bills did with Josh Allen, They went and got him a Stephon Diggs, and it upped his play. Now, he doesn't need a Stephon Diggs to be that guy. He just won a league MVP.
Oh, another big trade. Did you see the Bears acquired Joe Thuney?
From the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
They traded him.
And then the Chiefs took a fourth round pick. And they also took on $10.9 million in dead cap per the move.
Chiefs need to do something with that O-line after that Super Bowl, man.
Darius Slay did say that he would be willing. He said he wouldn't rule out a return back to Detroit.
How would you feel about that?
I accept him, but
Yeah.
we need help back there.
Yeah, you guys need help.
Because I don't know if Carl Davidson's come back, because it doesn't seem like he is.
Yeah. I will say, for my Packers, our biggest needs would be a wide receiver, another edge rusher, and a corner, because we are shopping Jair Alexander, and if we can't find any suitors, I think we might just cut him, I heard. So it would be nice to get something for him.
Yeah.
But he's kind of been, especially last year, he just kind of was a drama queen and not on the field.
Another big surprise retirement, too, this year is Zach Martin.
Yeah, I don't know how much.
I blame the Cowboys on that one. I
don't know how much of a surprise it was, but
I thought he was a pretty good lineman. I think he could have played a lot. But he probably would have had a better career if he was not on the Dallas Cowboys, personally.
I think Zach Martin was a great offensive lineman, one of the best in the league, especially when he was in his prime. But offensive line is a tough position to play a long career in because it's one of the most physical positions in the whole game. Um, Maybe you could say his career was cut short because he played for the Cowboys, but honestly, one of the thing that good Cowboy teams have usually been known for are
Defense.
good offensive lines.
Yeah.
Every time the Cowboys have been good, they've had a dominant offensive line and they can run the ball. That's why you hear about guys like Tony Dorsett, Emmett Smith, Zeke, Ezekiel Elliott, his best years, or even that one year, DeMarco Murray. He won Offensive Player of the Year one year, and it was behind a stacked offensive line. And, Zach Martin's been there for a long time. So, he's getting kind of older. I'm not too surprised he retired, but, he's a legend at the same time. So,
same time.
I have heard the Vikings are definitely not looking at re-signing Sam Darnold. So he will be going somewhere.
I could see him going to Seattle.
Yeah, that could very well happen at this point. I mean, where else? I mean, could he go back to the Jets since they're moving off Aaron? That'd be something funny. That'd be crazy to see.
That's if they don't draft.
If they don't draft.
Also report that the Raiders are not interested in Aaron Rodgers. So.
Well, yeah. That's crazy. I mean, it's crazy that there's teams that are actually not interested in him. I hate to see the way his career is starting to go out,
I will say this. I do think the Vikings are a very big dark horse to sign Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, he has a chance to do the funniest things.
He has the thing to... He could complete the prophecy.
The prophecy.
That's what it is, man.
Hold on. The prophecy.
It's going to happen with Jordan Love probably, too, in the future.
Yeah.
Got to go to the Jets first.
What if he goes to the Giants? Just to stay in New York. And he'd be like the one Simpson meme. He throws the dude out of the bar and comes right back behind him.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll go to the Giants, though, because the Giants are just not built to win right now. And if you're a quarterback in Aaron Rodgers' shoes where...
You're in this point of your career, what do you want to do?
You're 41, right?
Yeah.
You want to go to a team that's built to win, like the Vikings or the Steelers, I've heard. Or I've heard... We talked about this before. I heard the 49ers, potentially.
Did you see that Mike Gesicki is re-signing with the Bengals?
Yeah, I already mentioned that. I also heard potentially the Rams, but until they actually re-sign Stafford. Did you hear that Stafford took less to stay with the Rams instead of getting traded to the Giants?
Yeah, he's probably at the point in his career he doesn't want to move.
He doesn't want to move, and he wants to stay with a team that's actually built to win. You trade him to the Giants, they're rebuilding. Why would a late 30, 40-year-old quarterback want to go to a team that's rebuilding?
The Giants re-signed Tommy DeVito. I almost said Danny DeVito.
Well, they did used to have Danny Jones.
You did.
I did see, too, with the Vikings that since they're not planning on re-signing Sam Darnold, they are potentially looking at Daniel Jones to be their guy. And, hey, man, Sam Darnold did it last year. No one expected him to. What if Danny Dimes does the same thing? I don't think he would. I don't think he has the arm talent Sam Darnold has. Because the thing is, Darnold's always had talent, and he's always had a strong arm. He's just been in crap situations. I keep hearing, though, that Purdy, the 49ers are looking at trading Purdy, possibly.
Why?
I've just heard inklings of it. Potentially to Tennessee. And then the Niners would get that number 1 pick. They'd probably take a quarterback. They'd probably take Shador or Cam Ward.
Brandon Cooks is open returning back to the Cowboys unless they use him right. That's toxic as fuck. You hear that? You hear that? You know that culture is toxic.
Brandon Cooks he's had such a stellar career, but he's not one of those guys that people talk about.
Yes.
Like, he's always been fast. He's always had, like, most years he's had 1,000 receiving yards, and he just doesn't get talked about really.
So what I also heard is the Seahawks. We keep going back to this Geno Smith trade. So the Seahawks originally offered DK and Geno Smith to the Raiders for Max Crosby,
Really,
and they instantly turned it down. So imagine what that would have been.
Crosby to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
The other Crosby, Mason, signed a 1-year deal with the Packers to retire as a
Good.
Packer, so that was cool to see.
I'm glad.
Their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. What else?
Michael Gallup might be reportedly returning.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Commanders re-signed Zach Ertz.
Haven't heard. Yeah, I did see that. Haven't heard the name Michael Gallup in a while.
Yeah, he retired in 24.
Hmm. Thinking here. Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard much about the Cooper Kupp situation with the Rams.
I kind of been seeing a little bit that the Saints might move on from Derek, but
Yeah,
that's going to be a big cut if they do, because that right there is going to hurt their salary.
yeah. He's definitely not the long-term answer.
No.
And I feel like maybe they might have something with Spencer Rattler if they can develop him properly.
I think he's ass. Never liked him.
Yeah, I know you haven't. And honestly, I'm not a great fan of him, but I do think he's got potential if he's in the right situation. But the Saints, their whole team, like, got injured last year.
Yep.
Like, all their best offensive skill guys got hurt. You're talking their top 2 receivers, Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed. And Alvin Kamara was in and out of the lineup. Taysom Hill he's one of the most versatile players in the league. But yeah, it just seems like, for the back half of the season, MVS was their number 1 receiver.
The Chiefs did re-sign Hollywood Brown to a 1-year deal.
Yeah. Smart move. I mean,
yep. Especially, they're expecting so much more out of Xavier now, so
they need Rashee Rice back.
yeah.
That's who they were missing last year for a lot. Like, why their offense wasn't as explosive as it needed to be at times. They were missing Rashee Rice.
Did you see Bobby Wagner got re-signed too?
I did.
1-year deal.
I've heard that Kelsey might actually come back too.
I think he said he was going to come back. I think he didn't want to end on that.
Dude, I just don't know, man. I feel like he needs to hang him up. But
each their own.
What do I know? I mean, he's obviously one of the greatest tight ends of all time, but I just think their offense should go a different way. They need to start looking at featuring different guys.
Did you know the Saints released Jamal Williams?
I'm not surprised.
I'm not either. I kind of wish he would have stayed in Detroit, but I think he would have got lost in that shuffle there.
I kind of wish.
I like what we got in Detroit, so I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, you guys have the best running back tandem in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of wish he would have stayed in Green Bay after seeing what A.J. Dillon turned into. Not very good. A.J. Dillon had one decent year with us, and last year he was just on the injury report. Jamal Williams just had so much more versatility to his game. If they can find a way to use A.J. Dillon to his strengths, I've heard like last year they were going to maybe use him as a fullback here and there, but he got hurt. And they also do have Marshawn Lloyd from USC. listed as a running back too. But yeah, there's still a lot going on.
Did you
think
know the Dolphins released Mostert?
really that one. I mean, obviously last year, Chan kind of became their lead guy, whereas he kind of played second fiddle to Mostert the year before. But what's crazy about that is the year before Mostert had his best season of his career,
They
and
also
then
they also released Kendall Fuller.
hmm,
That was kind of a shocker, but I mean, I don't think that Mostert has a lot of juice in him left.
he's getting old. He's kind of injury prone. He's really explosive though when he's healthy, really fast. But Devon Achan is just kind of a younger version of Raheem Mostert. You know, but he is a little injury prone at times, kind of like Mostert. He's not a very big guy, but he's fast, he's explosive, and yeah, he adds some. I mean, that offense is all based around speed anyway. You got guys like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle at receiver. So it's based off speed and timing, especially also with a quarterback like Tua. But yeah,
I think what they're trying to do is attempt to rebuild Miami, and
it's crazy
I don't
because
think if Daniels don't get it right, McDaniels don't get it right this year, he's probably gonna be gone
probably
mid-season or
they
at
got
the
to
end
at
of the
least make
season.
the playoffs. And the AFC is just so stacked, man. Like it's just so stacked. The AFC, like it's gonna be tough to see who actually makes the playoffs. It was that way this past season and the season before.
Yeah,
It's been that way for a long time. It seems like all the best young quarterbacks are in the AFC.
yeah.
Like like obviously Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, C.J. Stroud, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Tua, Bo Nix. All those guys are in the AFC, whereas NFC, you have some older dudes like Stafford, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield's not that old. Jalen Hurts is pretty young. Jordan Love, pretty young. But guys like Stafford and Goff and like Dak Prescott, they're kind of some of the older ones in that conference right now.
Yeah.
And then the younger ones they do have, they don't really, other than Jalen Hurts, they're not as talked about as some of the other guys in the AFC. And I think so the AFC is always so like tight, but yet the Chiefs always seem to come out on top in that conference. It's
I don't. I
crazy.
don't. I don't want to say it's not competitive. I just think there's some teams in AFC that are just not even trying to. Some GMs are not even trying. I don't know how some have a job still.
I mean, really, like it's gonna be between your big name quarterbacks, like obviously Mahomes, but then like in the playoffs, you're gonna have your dogs. Like it's gonna be Josh Allen, it's gonna be Lamar. It's gonna be, you want to say Joe Burrow. Well, they missed the playoffs last year, but give Joe Burrow a somewhat competent defense. The Bengals are in the playoffs last year and maybe making a run for it. So
Right.
I mean, it's those four run that conference. Those four quarterbacks, and you can kind of throw in guys like C.J. Stroud and Justin Herbert, but really, it's Mahomes, it's Lamar, it's Josh Allen, it's Joe Burrow. Those four guys in the AFC. NFC right now, honestly, like if I was to pick my top quarterback in the NFC right now, it's got to be between Jalen Hurts and probably Stafford.
Yeah.
Stafford, Stafford just based off experience alone, and he's got the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts just won a Super Bowl. You could throw Goff in there too because he's had some success, but he hasn't won a Super Bowl yet. So we'll see. Stafford has. Not with you guys. But I'm not saying Goff won't win a Super Bowl. I'm just saying he hasn't yet.
I know.
He's made some deep playoff runs.
Oh yeah. I think he's really helped change that organization a lot. So
yeah, definitely think so. And then, you wait to see where a guy like Sam Darnold goes, who had a great year last year. Does he stay in the NFC? Does he go to the AFC, where it's probably going to be a lot more challenging to get to the Super Bowl? The road to the Super Bowl is way more challenging in the AFC, it would seem right now. You got to also, in the NFC, you got to throw Jaden Daniels in there now, too. After the year he had.
Yeah.
Winning Offensive Rookie of the Year and 1 game short of the Super Bowl. That's pretty outstanding for a rookie. One of the best rookie seasons of all time, if not the best.
I think he's going to go far.
Yeah, as long as they can keep him healthy.
And they build around him.
They don't want him to be in the next RG3.
I think building around him is what's going to make or break him.
Yeah. What ruined RG3's career in Washington was
he wasn't healthy.
They hurried him back.
They forced him to play a lot.
They hurried him back from injury too soon. His rookie year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That was a pretty great episode.
Yeah, we talked a lot of football, dude.
Football!
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to go ahead and sign us out?
This is Sam coming at you from TNT Boys, signing out. Thanks, everyone. It's been 1 year. It's been a good year. Go on over there. Check out that Agent Life Media and their podcast, Touching Base, Talking Dirt, Useless Assumptions. They're all great. Go on and give them a listen or give them a watch. And until next time, peace out. Bye.